Hey friends, are you ready for another exciting underwater adventure? Today we are going to dive deep into the ocean and meet the cutest baby mermaid who couldn't swim yet. Our little friend is so eager to join her fellow mermaids in their underwater games, but she needs your help to learn how to navigate the water. Join us as we explore the coral reefs and kelp forests of the Mermaid Kingdom and discover the magical world that these adorable creatures call home. Get ready for an unforgettable journey filled with fun, laughter, and maybe even a few surprises along the way. So grab your goggles and a snorkel and get ready to make some new friends. Let's go on this amazing adventure together. In the heart of the Mermaid Kingdom lived a beautiful mermaid princess named Coral. She had a kind heart, a beautiful voice, and a flowing tail as red as the sunset. But there was one thing that made Coral feel a little bit down. Her little sister Marina had just turned 5 years old and was old enough to start swimming lessons. But the problem was that Marina couldn't swim at all. Every time she tried to move through the water, she would only manage to spin around in circles or accidentally bump into things. This made Coral feel sad because she knew how important it was for a mermaid to be able to swim. It was their way of getting around, exploring the ocean, and having fun with friends. One day, Coral decided that she had enough of watching Marina struggle in the water. She went up to her little sister and said, "Don't worry, Marina. I'm going to teach you how to swim." Marina looked up at her big sister with big, hopeful eyes and said, "Really? Are you sure?" Coral smiled and said, "Of course I'm sure. Just follow my lead." So Coral took Marina's hand and led her to the shallows where they could practice swimming. The water here was warm and clear and full of colorful fish. At first, Marina was a little scared. She kept her eyes squeezed shut, but then she felt something soft and squishy under her feet. It was a seahorse. "Oh, wow!" she exclaimed. When she opened her eyes, she saw hundreds more seahorses dancing around her. "They look like real horses, don't they?" Coral said with a smile. "If you want, we could pretend that we're riding them like a horse." Marina laughed and said, "That would be fun, but I think I need to learn how to swim first." So off they went again, this time without the seahorses. "Now remember what I taught you," Coral said. "Keep your eyes open, breathe in, then out, and try not to move your top part too much. Oh, and don't forget to keep your mouth fully shut." Marina nodded and took a deep breath. This time when she opened her eyes, she didn't see anything scary. Instead, she saw the most beautiful fish she had ever seen. They were rainbow-colored and had long, flowing fins that shimmered in the sunlight. "Wow!" Marina breathed. She forgot all about being scared and started chasing the colorful fish all around her. She was moving faster than she had ever done before. "I'm doing it!" she cried out, laughing. "I'm swimming!" But then suddenly, Marina stopped. She realized that she had let go of her sister E's hand, and now she was all alone in the middle of the ocean. "Help!" she cried out. "I'm scared." Coral heard her sister's cries and quickly swam over to her. "Don't worry, Marina," she said, hugging her tight. "You're safe now." Then she looked at her sister's face and asked, "Are you okay?" Marina nodded, but her eyes were still filled with fear. "I want to learn how to swim like you," she whispered. Coral smiled and said, "Well, I guess it's time for lesson number 2. This time, They went to a deeper part of the ocean where the water was cooler and the current was stronger. "This may be a little harder, Marina," Coral said, "but I promise you, if you try your best, you'll be swimming in no time." Marina took a deep breath and nodded. But as soon as they started swimming, she realized that her sister was right. The current was strong and it was hard to keep her balance. "It's too hard," she cried out. "I can't do it." And with that, she closed her eyes tight and gave up. But then suddenly, she felt something brush against her leg. She opened one eye and saw a dolphin swimming past her. It was so close that she could have reached out and touched it. "Wow!" she whispered, amazed. Dolphins were her favorite sea creature, and she had never seen one up close before. She wanted to see another one. So she took a deep breath and started swimming again. This time, she didn't try to fight the current. Instead, she let it push her along. She felt like she was flying through the water. "It's so easy," she cried out, laughing. But then the dolphin disappeared and Marina was once again all alone. She started to panic, but then she remembered what her sister had told her. She took a deep breath, opened her eyes and started swimming towards the surface. As she got closer to the top of the water, she saw a huge school of colorful fish. There must have been hundreds of them, and they were all swimming together in a huge group. "Wow!" Marina breathed. She had never seen so many fish all together before. It was beautiful. And then suddenly, one of the fish broke away from the group and started swimming towards her. At first, Marina was scared, but then she realized that the fish wasn't trying to hurt her. It was trying to play. It swam around her, and then it disappeared. Marina laughed and started chasing after it. She was so happy that she could swim. She didn't care about being scared anymore. She just wanted to have fun. But then the fish swam into a cave and Marina couldn't follow. She stopped and sighed. She was sad that their game was over. But then she heard a voice. "Having fun, Marina?" She turned around and saw her sister smiling at her. "How did you find me?" Marina asked. "I followed your bubbles," Coral said with a laugh. "You were making so much noise. I couldn't help but come and see what you were up to." Marina blushed and said, "Sorry. I didn't mean to make so much noise. I was just having fun." "It's all right," Coral said. "But now it's time for one last lesson." Marina felt a little disappointed. She didn't want her swimming lessons to be over, but she knew that she needed to learn how to swim. If she ever wanted to explore the ocean on her own, Coral took her hand and led her to a coral reef. The water here was warm and clear and full of colorful fish. "This is it, Marina. This is where you put everything you've learned to the test. I am going to let go of your hand now and you need to swim over to that rock formation. Can you do it?" Marina took a deep breath and nodded. She knew that she could do it. She was a mermaid and it was time for her to prove it. She let go of her sister's hand and started swimming. She used everything she had learned to keep her balance in the current, chase the colorful fish, and avoid the grumpy octopus. Finally, she reached the rock formation and climbed out of the water, exhausted but proud. "I did it!" she cried out, laughing. And then she looked back and saw Coral swimming towards her. "You were right, sis," she said. "It is fun to swim." Coral hugged her tight and said, "I knew you could do it. Now let's go home. I'm sure Mom and Dad are wondering where we went. As they swam home, Marina couldn't stop thinking about how much fun she had had. She couldn't wait to tell her parents that she could swim. When they got home, Marina and Coral ran into their parents' arms. "We're so glad you're home," her mother said, hugging them tight. "We were getting worried. We just went for a little swim," Coral said with a smile. "And Marina, you won't believe this." But Coral started. But then Marina cut her off. "I can swim, Mom. I can swim," she cried out, laughing. "Oh, Marina," her mother said, her eyes filled with tears. "We knew you could do it." Then her father said, "Well, that means we have to celebrate with a swim in the bioluminescent bay." The whole family swam over to the bioluminescent bay, where tiny jellyfish-like creatures lit up the water with their bioluminescence. "It's so beautiful," Marina whispered, amazed. She had never seen anything like it before. "It's our favorite place to swim at night," Coral said. "The water is so clear and the stars are so bright." Marina nodded. She couldn't wait to explore the ocean at night. And so the Little Mermaid family swam around in the bioluminescent bay, laughing and playing. Marina was so happy that she could swim. She couldn't wait to see what other adventures awaited her in the vast ocean. Friends, we've reached the end of today's adventure. What did you think of this fun story? Do you know any other fun stories about Princess Mermaid? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. We hope you enjoyed the story and we'd love to hear what you think. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already. Thanks for joining us on this amazing journey. See you next time on Hanum Cartoons.